I'd like to call the meeting to order. Tonight is Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2024. Our town council meeting is now called to order. If everyone could take a moment to stand for the pledge of the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. And if we could pause for a moment of silence. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being at the work session, the productive work session. And our town meeting should not take too long. At this time, I'd like to open it for public comment. I know we had some discussion about the feral cats. Should Ms. Hillers come back? Judge, did you receive the document concerning the feral cat on 51st Street?
I have not been able to review it.
Okay, so we had a resident, former council member that came to our work session in reference to the many cats that are plaguing the neighborhood, and they wanted to know what they could possibly do. The cats are just pretty much running wild, and it's a major issue. So she does have a document that she submitted to, I guess Mr. Barnes has it, and we just want to know what steps. The chief is involved, and there is an organization that is involved that can take the cats, neuter them, but the organization brings them back to the neighborhood. So I understand. We referred them to 311 so that the county can get involved as well. But we just need to get something taken care of in the neighborhood for the residents.
And we don't have anything in our ordinances that prohibit the feeding of wild animals in general.
Well, we have the one ordinance, which is ordinance 206, which is the animals at large. States that no person who either not owns it, but is just housing the animals cannot just allow the animals to roam free in the town and create not only a public nuisance, but a health issue for the public. Is
there a particular house or houses that are feeding these animals? Because I had a similar situation in my neighborhood. But we had something in our homeowners association that they acted on. Can we identify the locations?
Yes, we've identified the location as well.
Okay. Well, we can talk offline, but getting the county involved is one thing. The problem with getting the county involved is, I believe the county is going to take them to the shelter, and I don't think they're going to go through the neutering and spaying process, which some people may find to be offensive. But at the same time, you have to get this under control because it's just going to get worse. And it also impacts the normal wildlife that you would, to the extent that you have any wildlife, squirrels, rabbits. I have one town where rabbits just disappear because of feral cats and nesting birds. Rabbits, nesting birds, because what they did is they got the rabbits when they were young. Okay. And they would not, rabbits just stopped breeding there. They went to another location. Same thing with low nesting birds. The birds, in the springtime would not nest there. So, because these feral cats were wild animals and they were taking the chicks and taking the young rabbits. So it's more than just, an issue of, feral cats running around. It could also impact, local wildlife. So it is a serious issue. But I will review the document and I will get with Mr. Barnes and Chief to see what the next steps are. But getting the county involved is a low-hanging fruit there. And I don't know about this organization that's going to do the catch and release. But That sounds like a good plan. If you want the cats back, okay. If you can keep that under control, obviously, the mating, then naturally they're going to disappear over time. But I don't know how aggressive these cats are or anything to humans. So.
Thank you, Judge.
Well,
Should we
And Councilman-
clarify for the judge, one of the things that Hillary, the resident who came to speak with us during the work session, said was, she had gotten the spay and neuter folks to come out like 3 years ago. And they're just not able to capture all of the cats. And now the population has just exploded.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely a public health issue, as we were talking about during the work session. So while it is unsavory, and I think all of us love animals, like at this point, we love the health and safety of the humans who live here more. So
yep. That you have to do what's in the best interest of your residents, and one person getting bit and getting rabies is too many. And it's foreseeable at this point that something bad is going to happen with one of these feral cats. So getting the county involved with an aggressive program may be the way to go. And maybe it can be in tandem, and they can do, the organization can try to do the best they can, but the county is pretty, they know how to catch these feral cats, and they can't release them anywhere because they're seen as a nuisance. So they can't catch them and put them on someone else's property or anywhere. They have to take them to the pound. So that may be what we need to do.
I think that would be the best thing to do.
Thank you.
Have you had a meeting with the county, or has anyone reached out to someone in the county, not just the person that you call the 1-800 number or 311 or whatever? Have we spoken to someone in the proper agency to let them know what the problem is and what we need?
I'm not sure if Hillary did or not. Did she mention that? Does anybody know? Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't believe so. I think she called Animal Service, as she indicated, but she didn't really say what they told her. I think they indicated maybe that they couldn't do anything, but Chief and I can follow up with that using the judge also with our assistance. I asked Hillary, I don't have what she wrote up. She didn't send that in, but I'll have her send it, and then I'll get that also to judge, and he can review.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Barnes. I thought Ms. Coney was going to say something. All right, superb. The next item is our minutes from January the 10th. I'll accept the motion to approve these minutes, the regular. Thank you very much.
Second.
Thank you so much, Ms. McCauley and Ms. Serrano. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Super. Thank you. That motion passes. The next item is the consideration of a resolution of support for the Port Town Sustainable Maryland recertification as a sustainable community through the Department of Housing and Community Development. The certification is for a 5-year period. Mr. Barnes, would you like to just kind of do a quick summary of that?
Yes, Mayor, this is a program that we do every 5 years in conjunction with Comer Manor, Cottage City, and Bladensburg. It allows us to have some priority over applying for grants from the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. It designates outcomes and strategies for us in several different areas, including housing, environment, quality of life, transportation. We use many of our strategic planning actions that you and the council come up with over the period of the year this year we're focusing on our economic development and also on our objectives that we used when we met with Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller. So once we have put the document all together, we will send it out for your final review. But one of the requirements is to have this resolution of support.
Yeah. Thanks for all the work that the town administrators have done on this. Finally, you guys got together and just figured out you didn't need all of us there, and you guys got together and did it. So thank you so much for the work that you did on that. Is there a motion to approve this resolution of the recertification for the 5-year period? Council.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you so much. McCauley, is there a second?
Second.
I'll second.
Thank you very much, Ms. Turbeville. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 All right, great. Thank you so much. That motion passes. And the next item is the consideration of approval of the third set of general orders for the police department. Is there a motion to approve the third set of general orders?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Ms. McCauley. Is there a second?
Second.
I'll second.
All right, Mr. Johnson, I'll give that to you. Is there any discussion? All right. All right. If there's no discussion, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. All right, so that passes, that motion passes. The next item is the discussion about solutions for, well, we didn't need that discussion. We've already had that discussion. And we don't need to vote on anything. So the next item is the police department report.
Good evening, everyone. So for the month of January 2024, we responded to 2 burglaries, had 3 robberies, but those robberies were in proportion with the previous ones that we had. We had the suspect in custody. So those 3 robberies are the same. It was the same suspect for the taxi cab robberies. We had 2 theft from autos and 1 theft, which was a package theft here in town. We responded to 126 calls for service, impounded 3 vehicles, conducted 36 traffic stops, and issued 500 red light camera citations. That is all for the police department's report. I haven't had a chance to make a full report because Steve has been extremely busy, but doing a great job. Like Rob said, he is realizing and trying to come up with a solution for the businesses not in compliance with the state. And so he's been working on that. He also just got one of the businesses on Kenilworth to update and change their new sign. So he's been working hard. So once I get that report from him, I'll definitely send it to Ms. Avery. Any other questions or comments?
Any questions for our chief?
Chief, I have a quick question. I know Councilmember McCauley and I had this conversation the other night about work trucks being parked in driveways or in the streets. In our block, we're having a little bit of that issue as well as just extremely large vehicles that take up quite a bit of our street. What is the department sort of doing about that across, the entire town?
So what I've implemented is every Thursday, we will take some type of special enforcement here in the town, whether it's stop signs throughout the town, speed violation. We would take some type of speed enforcement. Some type of special enforcement. And also, once I hire the additional officer, each officer will be tasked with breaking up the town into the 2 wards that it's in. So each officer will be assigned to a ward, meaning they're responsible to give me a monthly report on what's going on in the town, whether it's a better idea to address whatever issues in one part of the town. We just switched over to a new parking enforcement software. The officers they're still using, they're still getting used to it. It's something we got with grant money, but this software not only tells me how many tickets the officers write, it breaks down to what kind of vehicles that we're writing tickets to, the violation that these incidents are happening, and what area we're seeing an increase in parking violations. So we're working on that. I talked to Ms. Betsy about it. So we're definitely working on it and trying to enforce it more, especially on the police side for parking.
You.
Coney, my fault. I thought I sent you a text. I had sent the chief pictures and I looked on my thing and I didn't send you the text I thought I did. So he's got pictures and all that on what we talked about.
Awesome.
Anything else for Chief?
Thank you.
All right. Chief, just continue to do the great job your department is doing
Thank you.
and staying visible. It's good to see a police officer there in the morning around the bus stop. And to continue to get the updates from you about just whatever's going on in the neighborhood that's important, such as the police chase that occurred recently. Not necessarily the police chase.
It was more so that was the first day we implemented the stop sign enforcement on Lafayette. So we had 3 police officers in that area. That's when the Infinity came at a high rate of speed, well over 80 miles an hour. The officers attempted to stop the vehicle failed to stop. At some point, decided to stop in the 5400 block of Lafayette. At which point 3 juvenile males got out. Officers initiated foot pursuit, got one of the males in custody. And once they were in custody, we realized that they lived in Baltimore. So we did the appropriate charging documents, and we took juvenile back home. The good thing about it is no force was used. Everybody went home safely at the end of the night, and we got this stolen vehicle back in the right ownership.
Yeah, but the juveniles were returned home to mommy and daddy. Okay, thank you, though.
No problem.
All right, so, Mr. Barnes?
Good evening again, Mayor, Council. I appreciate the opportunity to bring you up to date on a few things. I'll be brief. It's Valentine's and everybody wants to get home or go out to dinner. So we did attend a press release for receiving our funds for the grant that we were successful with Riverdale Park. We received $726,000 for the 2 communities. Our share is $200,000. So what we will be using those funds for is to study traffic issues in our community and focusing on Kenilworth Avenue, Decatur and Kenilworth intersection, Decatur Street with the intersections with the stop signs, and then potentially using how we could be better prepared to connect to the Purple Line at East-West Highway and Kenilworth. So that will be kicking off over the next few months. We're excited to be a part of that. We have secured Pinoni Traffic Engineering to design the closure for Lafayette at Ingraham so that we put in the temporary barrier in the proper turning radius in the proper manner so that trucks can make that turn and get onto Ingraham and then out through 46th Avenue. So we anticipate that happening in the first part of March. We do have we were successful with the Port Towns writing a grant to the state to receive computers for low-income residents. Those computer giveaway will start a little bit later this month and then carry on into March. We do have to verify income eligibility, but other than that, it's going to be a fairly easy program to give away computers for those folks that need it. And then last thing is that there is a seed swap this Saturday that the Green Team is sponsoring at Eco City Farms, and that information has gone out. So if folks want to stop in and get their a swap with seeds, then with folks, they can get started on thinking about their spring planting. And last item is that I announced, I think, a couple of weeks ago about a project to put bicycles, promoting use of bikes in our community and making an art project out of them by placing them in themed bikes painted by artists in the rain gardens down Decatur Street. We have successfully sponsored all of those to the tune of $1,000 each, with the exception of one. So we're very, very happy with that project, and we'll kick that off and unveil it completion on June 1st. We're working hard with the Centennial as we have fun developing ideas and suggestions for that. The staff has come up with some great things to do on Edmonston Day. The fireworks guy is working with us to identify how we can shoot fireworks, and we have lots of great activities and events going to occur that day. I don't have anything else, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Barnes. Any questions for Mr. Barnes? All right, great. All right, does council have anything? Any council member? Everybody's just quiet tonight. No one wants to talk. All right, well, fine. Coney, do you know anything about House Bill 165?
I do not.
Okay. House Bill, well, it's still in circulation. They, I don't know if you want to call it in circulation, but House Bill 165 is dealing with, dang, I just went blank. Tag, why did I just go blank?
Is it the housing one? Mayor, just has something to do with housing?
No, it's audits, our audits. If it was introduced by Delegate Jazz and Senator Benson, and it was focusing on a particular municipality, but now it affects all of us. And PGCMA and Maryland Black Mayors and some other organizations, I guess, entered some modifications to it. What it was saying is if a municipality did not submit their audit that year, then they would lose things such as state aid, police aid, so on and so forth. So we believe that was sort of harsh for some municipalities. I agree, even though we are on time, the thing is, let's say if we didn't have a town administrator, let's say, there are different circumstances that would cause an audit to be late, maybe not turned in on time. I don't believe that a town should be years behind, as a lot of municipalities are. But I don't believe that being penalized by losing certain protections for your municipality is fair. So we want them to do things that would aid municipalities to catch up. So we submitted amendments to them. So I think they talked about it again on Tuesday past. So that is circulating. And then also at the congressional level, we are talking about pharmaceutical prescriptions and bringing down some of the rates. And that's just starting. That conversation is just starting. And a lot of lobbyists are involved in that. So that's pretty interesting to me. I'm just getting involved in that. So that's why I'm throwing that out there. So I'll keep you updated on that part. But the audits were very, very interesting. And I was surprised to know that there were so many municipalities that were behind in their audits. So we should give ourselves and our town administrator a big pat on the back for keeping us on track with our audits. So thanks, Mr. Barnes. And us too. I mean, we do things, we make sure that things are done appropriately as well. So thank you. That's all I had. Anybody else? No? All right. So does our judge have anything?
just want to say happy Valentine's Day to everyone. And again, it's a pleasure representing town of Edmonston. I really appreciate the opportunity, and I look forward to working with you for a very long time.
Great. Is that because we don't keep you too long?
It is very unusual. You guys are very, very good with your meetings. Yes.
Very good. Very good. All right. So if there's nothing else for the good of the order, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
I move we
I
adjourn.
make the motion.
And we love being together, so no one wants to do that. Ms. Serrano made the motion and Ms. Tuberville second. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Good night, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day.
Good night.
Aye.
Night.